Welcome to Cage Minds. I'm Micah Frankel, and I'm psyched. Today, we get to continue a conversation with the man we just talked to recently. He's determined, and at LFA 131, he's fighting for their Bantamweight world title. He's Dan Argueta, sir. Thank you for the time, and how are you doing?
I'm good, man. Woke up early, made my coffee. I'm ready to go hit my last sparring. I got a fun weekend ahead of me before I head out to Chicago and spend my fight week with my family again.
Spending fight week with your family, that Midwest area. But I've also heard you have a special connection to Wisconsin.
I do. I really do. Those were my old stomping grounds. I went to the University of Wisconsin Parkside in Kenosha, where I wrestled Division II. So I have all my D2 knucklehead, shithead friends out there that are ready to watch me get in a fight.
That's awesome. And your last fight was also your stomping grounds that looked like an experience for you, to say the least.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I fought at home before, but there wasn't as much around my name like this time. You know, I had my third pro fight at home. So I was still really green. But then to get my seventh finish at home, I was like, oh shit, like it was cool. And I didn't realize the amount of people I brought. I didn't realize. I was like, oh shit. Like, I was pretty dialed in the whole fight week and fight. And that was one of the times, like, I'll never forget it, that, night after the fight, usually you go back to the hotel, it's super late. This time we went back to my parents' house. It's super late, and it's like 3 or 4 in the morning, and Cub Swanson's packing his stuff. He has a flight out of Chicago at like 6 or 7 a.m. And so he's just packing his stuff. And that's one night where I can remember he told me he was proud of me. You've said it before, but that's one that stuck because I rose to the occasion. I loved it. It was no skin off my back. I really loved it. I loved fighting in front of everyone.
Do you consider that your best performance to date? Because I thought you were on point that night.
Obviously it wasn't like wow, I looked the best I've ever looked. No, because those performances are obviously, for me, they're in the gym. But for all of the variables, the weight cut, the opponent I had, yeah, I think I did just about everything. A couple things that against, a higher level opponent could have got me caught. But, I did everything I need to do to come out on top with the win.
And now here we are. I'm going to say it. A quick turnaround. I'm kind of surprised that we're talking about the title fight this quickly. Not that you're in it, but that it's happening this quick. Was that your timetable? Are you surprised? Were you just wanting to stay active?
Oh, man. Well, I guess it goes in waves. Right after the fight, I was, obviously I didn't get hit or anything in that fight. I didn't take much damage, but the amount of elbows I threw, I felt like I was starting to get nerve damage in my arms. I was like, oh man, that week back, I fought on Friday. Saturday, I went to the art museum with my trainer, Diori, in Chicago. Sunday, I had some beers with my dad and my brother and went to Hooters, bought my brother a pair of Jordans. We enjoyed our Sunday together. Monday, I went back to California. Tuesday, I trained with Ortega in the morning. And that morning, we were doing some drills where, I was still sore. My elbows were swollen. There was baseballs in my elbows. And I got like a nerve damage where I was like, I felt the pain go up my neck. And I was like, oh, shit. And I was like, what the, like it didn't feel pleasant. And I told Cub, I was like, hey, man, I think we should wait a couple of days. He's like, oh, yeah, let's wait. So we waited a couple of days. That was on Tuesday. So, what is it if I wait till Monday to train? Like give myself a week. It changed the whole trajectory of everything that was happening in my life. That Saturday, I received a call from the UFC asking me to fight Mario Batista from Arizona, from MMA Lab. Yeah, asked me to fight him in 5 days. And to do that weight cut, it would have been a 30-pound weight cut in like 4 days. So come, he asked me, hey, can you make the weight? I said, do you think I can make the weight? And we just, he was like, well, let's see what they say. And they told me, they're like, don't take the fight if the weight's going to be an issue. He's going to have more opportunities coming up. And we said, okay. Yeah, and that's okay. The more I listen to some of my mentors and friends and training partners, take my time. I'm still racking up experience. I'm still learning. I'm if I get the opportunity to go there on a full camp, I think I'm going to make some noise. I think you give me someone in the top 20, top 25 with an 8-week camp, I'm going to make some noise. I know a lot of these guys ask for 10, 12 weeks. Give me 8 weeks. I just got to make the weight. I already know what I have to do. I got to make the weight. I'm already doing the training to compete at the highest level. Watch what I can do with 8 weeks.
And that's the directive here. You want to show off in 5 rounds what you can do with a full training camp?
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. You've seen what I've been doing up in the mountains. My lungs are good. I'm good. I could go for 5, 10 rounds. Last week I knocked out 8 hard rounds of sparring, and I only had 2 or 3 partners switching in on me. And then right after that, I hit the treadmills and I was going. And I was like, oh wow, okay, my lungs are good. Now I'm doing 5 miles up at the spine of the Cedar Crest, or at the Sandia Mountains, doing 5 miles along the spine. So 10,000 feet, 5 miles. And I'm doing it about 2-3 times a week.
Last opponent was Marian Santos. This time another Brazilian. This is Diego Silva. I was told he has a BJJ black belt and a Luta Livre black belt. This matchup feel any different than the last one to you?
Mm-hmm. I like this one. You know why?
Because he has grappling experience?
He's shorter than me. I'm going to pick him up and I'm going to drop him on his fucking head. The last guy was, it was a little scarier. He was taller, like, oh, shoot, like, we got to break that distance. Since that fight, Micah, all I've been doing was getting comfortable in the pocket with people where I could wrestle whenever I want, not jump in and take those chances. I hope this dude tries to throw a front kick. I'm going to catch his foot and drop him on his face. I hope he throws a knee. I'm going to pick him up, drop him on his face. I hope he tries tying up with me. I'm going to pick him up, drop him on his face. It's the same result every time. He's a athletic dude. He's strong. He's explosive. He's got a black belt. I think I'm too strong for him. I've told you before. I think I'm one of the strongest bantamweights on the planet. I believe it. When I've had training partners who have been world champions tell me that, I think I trust them a little bit.
How have the other fights against him gone this camp?
What do you mean?
Like last time we talked about it, you were every chance you got, it seemed like you were fighting Marion. You were hitting the bag. You were watching him, and you were doing your simulated fights. How many times have you beat Diego this camp?
I beat him last night. I beat him the night before, and I beat him the night before that. Last week, I beat him a couple times a night. It's kind of funny, like my first day of sparring out here, I looked around, I picked my partners out. I was like, okay, you're tall and skinny, you can grapple, you're tall and skinny, you might get scared and wrestle with me. Okay, you guys are all my partners. You know, all my partners were 5'11", 6 foot, 6'1", and I was like, oh shit, like I picked the longest guys. And then the first night where I, did my simulation here up at the house, I found out he's only 5'6". He just looks like, bigger on TV with his limbs. So I'm going with these tall dudes, and I'm like, oh, I'm prepared. I'm ready. I'm in people's faces. I'm ready to go. I think I get the finish, and the way I've seen him die out, he might finish himself in the first, but I think realistically, I get it in 2 rounds.
LFA 131. Is there a feeling about what it'll mean to capture that title?
No, it's just another fight. I've been around a lot of you know my posse. I've been around quite a few world champions. I win this. To them, it's like, that's how I kind of ride it out. It's just something, I need that notch on my belt. That's it. I just need it. There's no choice. I really do I need to get it. I don't have any other choice. Cool. I am excited because I've never had a belt before. Never had one. That's exciting. It's going to be my first one. And it's an LFA one. So, yeah, that's exciting. It'll really be something where I feel like I did earn it. I got thrown off after the reality TV show and thrown back into the water, and I had to, catch a couple wins with guys that had, more experience than me. And now I'm doing this. I'm taking another guy with almost 3 times as many fights as me. And I want to shock people. I want to do something I'm not supposed to do. And it's funny because I look at the statistics and people are like, oh, Dan's going to smash. I'm like, yo, this guy, he's good. He's got 3 times as many fights as me. He's good. He's dangerous. He's a black belt. What do you think?
I think that a lot of us have a lot of confidence in our expectations of how you can perform. When you're right, when the weight cut goes right, and if other people have seen what I've seen in the gym for as long as I've seen, it's one of those things that we call justified. It's kind of why the odds makers put the lines out, how they do. Sometimes we do know what we're talking about. It's extra pressure, definitely, for you. And yeah, no, none of us should be overlooking your opponent. But it's hard when you're asked for not everybody to go, yeah, no, Dan's probably the favorite.
See, and that's what, it gets me, because it's like, all right, you guys all see it. I see it. I know. I know. There's a reason I accept, when they tell me, hey, Dan, these guys are ready to fight. And I go straight to the top of the list. I want the number 1 guy, the same way it was with the Ultimate Fighter. I want the number 1 guy. I don't ever want anyone saying, oh, he took easy fights, or he took. Cool. I'm going to show you I don't take easy fights. Even if I may make them look easy. Hey, man, I did the most I could. I bit off as much as I could chew.
Hey, that is a credit to you. We've seen it, I want to call it other promotions, but we've seen guys that are having the same labels as you in other companies, and people are begging for them to step up in competition, to fight guys with that kind of experience or the winning experience that you have, because the guys that you're fighting just aren't experienced, but they have winning records also.
Yeah. No, and I think it's right now that's what I need. I need guys who have been in there a lot. I need to fight guys who have been in there more than me. You know, if I fight another guy like me where we're both crazy and it's gonna be weird. I'm not gonna learn anything. It's just gonna be weird. I like fighting the guys with more experience because it does give me a sense of, oh, I'm fighting someone that's relaxed, someone that has technique. You know, this is a chess match. You know, so that's exciting.
And not to mention, you get a ton of those looks, like you've said. I know the crew that you're rolling with, so you're already playing those chess matches continually in the training room.
Yes, exactly. It's I feel like I hit another since my last fight. Literally, since a week after my last fight. You know, when the UFC called, I was like, oh fuck, like I may have fucked up my whole life. Like I'm like, god damn, just all because I wanted a fucking cheeseburger. I may have fucked up my whole life. But then now I'm like, no, it's good. Now I can officially say I've been offered fights from every organization on the planet.
Dude, that's cool.
It's cool, right? I've only been pro for what, 3 years? I'm like, that's pretty cool. But it still doesn't sit right because I wasn't able to go do it. And I feel like that feeling forced me to level up. All I did this camp was put myself where all you guys think I am. That's how I'm training now. That's where I'm putting myself. You know, you guys think I can compete with the top guys on the planet? Cool. Me too. I'm ready for that too.
Dude, I love everything that you just said right there.
I'm excited.
You're excited, and it feels like you've pushed the mindset and the mentality even to a different place than it was before.
Yeah, I don't think that we are, especially as MMA fighters, I don't think we are, what's the word when we think we deserve? Entitled. You know, I don't think I'm entitled to fight for the UFC. But I think I'm doing everything in my control to get the opportunity.
Definitely. And
I'm not entitled for it. I don't deserve it over some of these other guys. No, man. They don't know my name. Maybe they do. I don't know if they know me, but I do think if they're listening or if they're ever going to watch this, I'm doing everything in my control. I have taken the fights they want me to take. I have won the fights they want me to win. You know, I really want to get there, especially before August 13th, before my 29th birthday. I told my dad I'll do it at 28 years old. You know,
has that timeline been motivating?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. It's terrifying. I don't want to let him down. And I made that promise. It had nothing to do with him. I'm the one who said I could do it. And I think that would suck if I couldn't. I'd be like, I'd be sad, you know. But I think I can accomplish it. I just gotta stay ready. Right after this, win this fight, stay ready. You know, I've even like entertained, like thinking maybe like, all right, win this fight. Let me get a quick month and a half turnaround. Let me fight for the 145-pound belt too. Let me show them that I could hold 2 belts. Let me show them I could do it at both weight classes. I looked at the rankings, and I think I'm ranked the same at featherweight as I am bantamweight. I was like, what the fuck? I haven't fought there in a year and a half, 2 years. But
Yes,
I know I can still be a powerhouse there. Without a weight cut, having fun. No, I don't sound bad.
I was going to ask if you look at that belt as the golden ticket, but I kind of want to ask now, do you want to bounce between 35 and 45? Hit both of those.
This sport's a journey, right? Variables are going to change in between camps. Obviously, like we just found out, they're going to call me 4 days after a fight and see if I'm ready. You know, yeah, a professional should be ready 4 days after. Not when they're doing that weight cut that I'm doing. But they allow it. They allow the weight cut. So I'm going to do it. But when it comes to like my overall health, no, man, I would have died. You asked me for a short notice at 45, ain't a heartbeat. Watch this. I'm going to go have fun. Watch this. And like I said, it's a journey. So who knows? Maybe one day I'll bounce in between weights.
And last thing I wanted to touch on, because I want to leave it on a happy note. I saw you were with one of your sponsors earlier this week, and I got to ask, how big of a sneakerhead are you?
Oh, dude. I'm bad. You've seen some of my pairs. I got some.
Jealous, yes.
Yeah, I got some awesome ones. Even like right now, my lounging shoes. Got my UGG mountain sneakers. Lounging. I love it. It's my girlfriend laughs at me. She goes, I fucking hate being in school. This is miserable. Like, you know, she's just studying. Like, I get it. Like, that sucks. I'm like, let me buy you some sneakers or something. She'll be like, how's that? That's not going to make me feel better. What the heck are you talking about? I'm like, it makes me feel better.
So there it is. We found the way to Dan's heart. It's through sneakers.
Yeah, I love it. It's fun, or you know, I really do. I enjoy having new sneakers on. I don't know what it is. It's kind of funny. My best friend, when we were 8 years old, you know, throughout college, we were roommates, wrestling teammates our whole life. He came out to California to train with me. He was a NCAA finalist. He came out to California and trained with me a couple weeks ago. We went to the mall almost every single day. He was only with me for like 5 days, and I ended up with 3 more pairs of shoes. Like 3 more pairs of Jordans. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? The problems.
Do you have a favorite pair?
Yeah. Yeah, I just got them too. I got 2 favorite pairs. I have like a pair. I got a couple of favorite pairs. I guess you could say my favorite pair may be the most valuable, but at the same time, my baby blue Jordan 4s. Got a pair of baby blue Jordan 4s. I love them. I don't wear them as much, but I love them. I don't wear them as much because they're a little small. They're a little too small. But to go the next size up was like an extra like $200. So I'll make them work.
He's Dan Argueta. See him in action. LFA 131 main event, fighting for the LFA Bantamweight world title. What are your expectations for next week? Does that look like a fun week for you?
Fun week, man. I love the lights. You know that. I love them because I never know the next opportunity I'm going to get to be in front of them. That's why I like fighting for the UFC soon. It's I want it so bad. I love the lights. I don't want to fight at the Apex. I did that. I want to fight with the crowd. I want to fight in front of a crowd. I want to be on TV for everyone to watch me fight in front of a crowd. That's what I want. You know, and like going into next fight week, I'm excited. I really am going in with an army. I got Diori flying in with me on Monday. On Tuesday, Coach Anthony Gonzalez from Ruka Sport headquarters. He's also Jalen Turner's coach. He used to be Tony Ferguson's coach. He's coming out there on Tuesday for me. You know, he's put a lot of time into me these last couple months. And then on Wednesday, my training partner, Joe Herr, and photographer, also, you know, one of my good friends, Dane Kairos Creations. He's going to be coming out there. And then on Thursday, we're going to weigh in. Cub's going to be out there. You know, my family's going to be there. I'm just like, I just wanted to be here. Fuck this weight cut. I'm just ready to get it over with. And, you know, I found out the worst thing about fighting for me. I can like finally get over what people thought on The Ultimate Fighter when I said I was terrified about fighting. I really was. I was. It would hurt my stomach all day thinking about it. It would, you know, it'd make me quiet and sad and scared all freaking day. But what I've realized is it's not the fighting I'm scared of. I actually quite enjoy it. I enjoy walking through someone's punch and punching them in the face and throwing them on their head and getting on top of them and talking to them and talking to the ref. I enjoy that, actually. I'm afraid of all the waiting around. I get the bubble guts every second of fight week, except for the times that I'm actually fighting. Even on the 1 minute break, I get bubble guts. I'm like, oh man, like in between rounds, I'm like, ugh. But once I start fighting, I'm there. I'm cool. It's all the waiting around. Huh?
When did this epiphany hit you that you enjoyed the fighting, that you enjoyed all those elements?
My last fight. When I went in there and I did what I had to do, and I'm talking, and I'm like, oh man, I'm destroying this guy. Like, come on, let me finish him. I realized, you know, in between rounds, even my corner didn't even talk to me. They're like, you're good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. They're like, okay, you're good. And they let me just catch my breath. I don't use the stool anymore because I know that my opponent sees that. I don't need the stool. I only got 60 seconds. Why am I going to sit down? No, I know they're watching that. I know that it's helping me stay on my toes and be ready for the next round. You know, if I sit down and I relax for a little bit, now I am going to be thinking about, oh man, like, whew, oh, I got 60 seconds. Like, I don't want the 60 seconds to end. But at the same time, I know I'll be in a better mental state once the fight starts.
How many thoughts are flying through your head in that 60 seconds?
My last fight? None.
Well, in between rounds.
Nothing. It was almost like, you know how there's pause on the TV and there's stop? You can either stop the Netflix and it'll bring you back, you know, it'll like the screen will shut off, or you can pause it and it just pauses the frame.
Yeah.
I'm just hitting the pause button really quick. Just hitting the pause button and I know exactly where I left off. And I'm just waiting, catching my breath real quick. If the corner has something to say or something funny, cool. Loosen me up a bit. All right, back to it. That's what I felt this last one.
And those nerves that you're feeling in your stomach where you want to compete, throughout fight week, was that something that happened throughout wrestling, or is this just an MMA kind of related
I think
feeling?
it's just MMA. Wrestling was way different, man. Anyone could do the wrestling thing. Almost anyone. I shouldn't. Not anyone.
I don't feel like everyone can do that.
Okay, not anyone can do it, but it's a in wrestling, what we're learning is, one-on-one, just combat, just going for it. In MMA, there's you got a lot more to lose, and that pressure, those butterflies, like, I would get it before wrestling matches, but only for like 2 or 3 minutes before the match. In MMA, I have it 8 weeks out.
Did it shock you the first time?
Yes. It's the first time. I thought it was going to be like wrestling. I was backstage and I'm laughing, and Cub Swanson slaps me in the head. He's like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I'm enjoying this, man. This is about to be fun. It's like a wrestling match." He goes, "Like a wrestling match? Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Okay. Yeah, like a wrestling match." And we walk out to the fight, and my stomach's dropping. I'm like, "Oh, this is not like a wrestling match." He goes, "It's like a wrestling match." And I'm like, "Oh, shit." Like, getting to the cage, and I'm like, "Dude, not like a wrestling match. I saw red." Yeah, way different.
How long did it take for you to recognize these feelings and adjust to them?
Second round of the Tercios fight. That's when. First round, I was still almost seeing red in my fights. Second round, I was like, "Oh, he's going to let me play chess with him." Then after that, it was, actually throw stuff with intention and see what I can do. And that's why I'm so excited for this next fight. Dude's my size. Like, I'm like, "Oh, okay. Like, it's going to be fun now." Like, obviously the weight cut and everything, but it's going to be fun. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to enjoy it. Every time that I do get the nerves, I'm going to remember, you're just feeling this because you're not doing something. You're not doing your purpose right now, and it's bothering you. You're just excited. So I got to keep reminding myself that whenever I'm getting nervous.
When did it go from the nerves of that first walk with Cub to this love and enjoyment of that spotlight?
My last fight. So what is that? 7? So it took me 13 fights. Or 12 fights. So my 13th fight is when something clicked. Because even in Vail, Colorado, that fight, 2 fights ago, I was even nervous there. I was like, ooh, I didn't like it. But the last fight, when I'm the main event, when I'm the fucking line at the circus, I loved it.
Sounds like you got that first taste and you're almost craving more.
Yeah, definitely. That's why it's frustrating when the one popular kid I want to hang out with doesn't want to freaking let me in the club and let me get a taste of that. Doesn't give me the same shot. Like I said, I'm not entitled to it, but I think I'm doing everything to be given that chance.
That gets kind of particular, and unfortunately it sounds like your parents already had a camping trip planned for you at that time, so you just weren't able to make it happen. But believe me, I'm sure they're going to have an invitation for you to your own party one day.
Yes I don't have a choice. I gotta just keep going.
Cool. Well, everybody, again, LFA UFC Fight Pass, Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Get your tickets. You're going to want to be there live for the show. Last but not least, was there people you needed to shout out to or thank?
Yeah, all my sponsors, honestly. This camp has been it's been an ongoing camp since November. You know, from Jackson Wink to Gracie Baja to Diori Dominguez to, you know, Bloodline agent or Combat Sports Agency with our leader Cub Swanson. You know, even, you know, a couple brands that I don't know if you know this, but I do graphic arts on the side, and I make shirt designs and whatnot and logos for people. And one of the companies has really been helping me out, and they've, you know, put out a couple of my designs, and, you know, they're flying all over the place in Southern California. So I love it. They're called DNA, Do Nothing Average. So check them out. They're awesome brand. They're cool. And a big one that really changed the trajectory of where I see myself being is, you know, Ruka. I'm training at the Ruka Sport headquarters when I'm in California, and man, I'm so blessed. Like, you know, getting to share a training room with Jalen Turner there, and Luke Rockhold and Chito Vera and all these guys, and I'm like, wow. And then there's me. You know, and then there's the owner of Pat Snore, and I'm with him, and, you know, it helped me like realize, oh, I'm making leaps. Like, people are seeing something in me now. So it's, you know, these sponsorships really helped me out. I'm just so lucky, man. Just be doing what I love. I'm lucky.
Oh shit! You always keep me getting one more question. I gotta ask, what was it like the first time you walked in that gym, that all-white gym? Because you see,
it was
the elite like, training in there.
The first time, it was like 5 years ago. I've been there, but now I go there. I'm going there for me. That's the difference. I used to go in for, you know, TJ or Juan or Pico. Now it's for me. So it's special.
Dude, great getting to talk to you.